Hey, welcome back to my YouTube channel where I am here to take you along the journey with me on this self discipline journey where I am going to be being open and vulnerable about my process as I manage to make progress and succeed on my monthly goals. So, just to recap the videos, if this is like your first video that you're watching that is posted with the self discipline title at the top, I am on a self growth journey and I want to document that. And I'm using my YouTube channel as a means of sharing and also hopefully holding myself accountable as well as helping some other people who might be able to relate to some of the things that I share. So if you haven't watched any of my previous videos, you can go to my YouTube channel and they are in progression. And I've also uploaded a playlist of all these videos so that you can watch them or listen to them, either or, whichever way you choose to. So I am actually, today is my weigh in day. And so one of my particular goals deals with that. But I'm going to kind of just recap real quickly just what my May goals are. So let me go to where I can do that. So May 2025, I have a set of 6 goals and I always keep them short and sweet. So my first goal, just to recap, is to earn at least $2,000 from a supplementary income that I have been talking about a little bit more and more throughout the previous videos, and that I will reveal at the end of this month. If I actually exceed this goal, I will reveal to you guys what that supplementary income is. And then I can give you more details and so forth and insight on how that is for anybody who might be interested and actually taking part in that particular idea. So that's my first goal, is to earn at least $2,000 from that particular supplementary income. My goal number 2 is to pay off my Chase credit card. There's a total of $1,366.07 on it as of right now. And my goal before the end of this month is to actually bring that all the way down to zero. So then I have my full credit line open for that. So that's my goal. And I'll talk more about my finances and budgeting and what my overall finance goals are as I progress throughout these videos where I'm sharing my monthly goals. My third goal, which relates mostly to what I'm going to be sharing today, is to lose at least 10 pounds because my starting weight was 239 pounds. And I've worked out my schedule to where my weigh-in days are actually on Sunday. And today is May the 4th, and it's actually a Sunday. So every Sunday for this month, to track my progress on this goal, I'm actually going to do a weigh-in where you can actually get to see how much I actually weigh and whether or not I've met my goal. Goal number 4 is to start SQL course on Microsoft to advance skill. So I talked more in detail about this, and I'll be talking more in detail later on in some of the other videos. I transitioned my career from teaching high school math to now I'm doing a little bit of programming, which was my first degree in college. And so I just want to advance my SQL skills and some of the different things that I have to practice on my job. So that is another goal for me, to be able to start that on sometime this month and hopefully finish. But my goal for right now is to just get started. Goal number 5 is, because all of this is centered around self discipline, I want to make sure that I am knowledgeable about self discipline. So I'm doing that by studying, reading, studying, and meditating on discipline. And I'm actually using this book. This book is titled The Power of Discipline: How to Use Self Control and Mental Toughness to Achieve Your Goals. It's by Daniel Walter. And I actually post the links in several of my previous videos. I might just go ahead and post a link to this book on all of the videos. And then any additional books or references that I'll use throughout, I'll continue to post those just in case anybody wants to read this. I've actually started reading it. As you can see on my previous video, I made progress on this goal. And then my last goal that I have set for May 2025 is to implement discipline in all areas of my life. And so I have like a chart of some sort that lists out different areas. It categorizes 4 different areas of life. And then within those 4 categories, it gives me subcategories where I can even more specifically focus on how I can implement discipline in those areas of my life. So let me just share with you my progress so far. So I'm going to go from the start. So on my first goal to earn at least $2,000, on May 1st, I actually earned $63. On May the 2nd, I earned a total of $132.83. And then Saturday, I earned a total of $169, which is a total for that week, $370. And so that means I only have $16.29 left. And on my previous video, I did the math and divided out. If I were to earn $400 each week after this week, so for this week, next week, the third week, the fourth week, if I actually earned $400 and I think it was like $407, I would have met my goal. And if I earned anything above that, I would have exceeded my goal. So I'm actually on my way to it. Now, since today is the 4th, I am here to give you my progress on this. So currently right now, I was hoping that I would be able to use this morning time because I'm actually videoing in the morning. All my other videos were done at night, but I had to kind of flop it today because of what I have later on the day. I actually have to be heading to church after I finish recording this video. So I have to get ready for that and head on out so I won't be late. But I didn't have time today to actually earn the income as I set out to do. I kind of put that as a maybe anyway. So, needless to say, I've already gotten a plan that if I add an additional day, if I continue how I did last week, where I earned a total of almost $400 last week just off of 3 days, if I add on an additional day, and try to do 4 days this week, I will be on track to meeting my goal. And if I'm even able to earn, add on another day, that'll be just more. That'll just be more opportunity, more money, and more than likely a chance of me exceeding my goal. So that's my progress on goal number 1. And I feel like I'm very confident that I'm going to meet this goal. I am even more confident that I'm more than likely going to exceed this goal for this month. But let's just see how my progress goes because life happens. I do have, Mother's Day is coming up. I also have a wedding to attend. So let's just see how all of those things work with my goal. My second goal is to pay off my Chase credit card. I'm not due to do anything on that until May the 10th. So, the end of this week on Saturday, I will be able to give you an update. And hopefully, if all goes well with my budget, because I get paid this week on my regular job, I get paid bi-weekly. And so I just like to rebudget things, even though I've already earned this money from my previous goal, you see. I already have $370 that I could really use, and that's more than $342 that I need for this week. But I'm just going to hold off because I'm going to be going away that particular weekend. So I just want to see and make sure that I assess where everything is as far as my other financial, because I also have a whole budget. This is just one little item on that budget list. So I don't want to move too brass, too fast, and then have my finances kind of out of whack. So no progress on goal number 2. I've made progress on goal number 1, and I have a game plan on how I'm going to exceed that goal. Goal number 3, this is the one we've been waiting for. So just to recap, my goal is to lose at least 10 pounds. On April 27th, I weighed myself for this so that I can get a start weight, and that was 239. So I had 10 pounds left to lose. May the 1st, which is the beginning of this month, I want to go ahead and weigh myself again so I can have a start and an end for this month. And I weighed 237, which actually put me at a very good stage of where I need to be to lose those 10 pounds, because I already lost 2 pounds in the course of, I guess, 27, 28, 29, 30. That was maybe like 4 or 5 days. I lost 2 pounds, and then that next day, yeah, yeah. So that was a difference of 2 pounds over 5 days, just about. And so now I only have to lose 1.6 pounds every week to stay on track, to get to my goal. So let's just see. I have a video sharing when I weighed myself this morning, so you guys can actually see firsthand what my weight is for today before I actually reveal it on this. So let's look at this video. And what do you guys think? Do you think that I actually met my goal? Do you think I exceeded my goal? Just save your answer in your mind, and then let's just see if you are correct. So I'm going to share that video on my screen so that you guys can actually see it and view it, and then we can talk about it afterwards. I am about to step on the scale because I want to make sure that it is noted that I am weighing myself, and I want to make sure that I fully document it for others to see. So I'm going to step on in the hallway, and we shall see. And it says 235.2. Yay! So elated that I was able to not only meet that goal for this, my projected weight for today should have been 235 pounds and 4/10 of a pound. And as you guys see on the video, I actually weighed 235.2 pounds. Oh, I'm so elated. I'm so elated. So that means that I have a total of 6.2 pounds left to lose. 6.2 pounds left to lose. So if I were to recalculate again, because I actually went 2/10 of a pound more. I lost 2/10 of a pound more than what I was projected to lose. So that might bump down how much I need to lose the following weeks. Let me find my calculator. Calculator. I have an update on my phone, and yeah, even though things are alphabetical, there it is. The icon changed. So I didn't even realize. So I have a total of 4 more weeks. So I'm going to take 6.2, which is the total amount of pounds I have left in order to reach my goal, divided by 4. I only have to lose about 1.55 pounds each week, each following week. So that kind of gave me a little bit more of a grace by losing more than what I was projected. So now I only have to lose. But again, I never try to hinder myself. I never try to hinder myself when it comes to my goals. I want to do as much as I can. That's why I leave it open-ended. So I'm saying I want to lose at least 10 pounds. So if I lose more than that, I'm going to be more than happy. One thing I do want to note, that I also am going to start including on every video. You saw the video of me to the side where it shows you my body, makeup, and so forth and so on. Yeah, it made me it made me more aware of where I was. I feel like I actually struggle from perceiving myself differently, because again, and maybe on a later video I'll kind of show you the progression of my weight over several years. I'm still in the mind frame of seeing myself skinnier than what I'm actually is. So when I saw that video today that I made of my body, and I actually stood away from the camera, because sometimes when you take a picture with your camera, you're close up. If you're taking selfies, unless you get someone else, or unless you prop it up like I had to do this morning and take a video of yourself, you might not get a full perspective of your body. And so by me doing that, it really opened up my eyes to be more accountable, to snap me into reality, because somehow I have this smaller image of myself, and I'm like, I didn't know I had those love handles like that. Oh my goodness, I those rolls on the back. I didn't realize so much of it because I just never, I don't know, my mindset, I guess the way that I perceive myself, how some people, I know there's been some stories where some people, they say that they perceive themselves as bigger than what they are because maybe they started being big. I don't know the psychological behind that, but for me, it's the reverse. I sometimes have to be snapped into reality to see how bigger I'm actually am than what I perceive myself to be. I kind of look in the mirror and sometimes I be caught off guard whenever I take a picture or stuff. I'm like, I didn't know. Okay. And it's not me being hard on myself. I see it more so of me just being more um accountable and realistic, because I might have this unrealistic image of what I actually am, what my weight actually looks like. I'm actually viewing it on my phone right now as I'm talking. But yeah, like it really helps me now, it really helps me be more motivated. It doesn't make me unmotivated. I know some people, it could discourage them when they see these type of deals, but for me, I kind of look at it in a positive way. It motivates me more to realize, hey, I have some work to do. I have some work to do, and I'm doing a good job so far. And it pushes me to even continue to see where the progress is going to be. So I'm going to continue sharing a video like that because over time it'll show the difference, and there's a lot of difference as you can see. And I also want to post a video of my weight, story. I could post a video of my weight story to kind of give you an idea so it can be more relatable and you can understand where I'm coming from with that. So guys, again, that's how many goals. I've made progress on goal number 1. Let me go back to goal number 1. Yes, I'm on my way to making those $2,000. I'm on my way. I can't wait to Saturday. I'm sure I'm going to have that one as well progressed on. And I am on my way to 229. I only have 6.2 pounds left to go. So hand clap, hand clap, hand clap, and hand clap to anybody out there who's also taking note of this and maybe making some goals themselves, and maybe you have made some progress on your growth goals. So I'm going to give you a hand clap as well. Congratulations, pat yourself on the back. I want to also go back to one of my previous videos where it says, I actually have it written down in my notebook as well, because this is the part where it can be a downfall, is when we start talking about rewarding ourselves. Yes. So how to develop self-discipline. On one of the previous videos, I went over how you can develop self-discipline. And one of those ways is to reward yourself. Now, I want to make a note that rewarding yourself, like for me again, for example, this upcoming week on tomorrow, I'm planning on going out to eat. And I don't want my reward to deflect from all of the gain that I've actually made on my goal. I don't want it to counteract what I've worked and what I'm working hard towards. So I gotta reward myself with good choices still, but still it is a reward. But I'm gonna make sure that I make nutritional decisions. Like even yesterday I had to go and order something from Chick-fil-A. My son got chicken and fries. I got me a salad. Not to say you always have to eat your salad, but I just know, just get myself started, get my body started with being in a better shape. I have to be very conscious, so I just try to stay away from too many calories if I can. And so more than likely on any menu, a lot of those things are well beyond your daily calorie intake. And I can later on go in more detail about that because that's a whole nother spiel. But yeah, I try to look at the calorie intake and I was like, well, let me just go ahead and get a salad. And the salads are great. And then I also have chicken in there as well. It's not all vegetables. There is protein as well. So I'm doing like more so a low calorie, low carb, high protein, nutritional diet is how I'm doing. And then of course, in the mornings I'm going to the gym. trying to stay active and so forth and so on throughout the week. All right, and goal number 4. This brings me to goal number 4. So I'm supposed to start actually today. And when I actually woke up very early today because I've noticed that it's better for me to do things to get myself up earlier in the morning to get things done than to try to squeeze things in late at night, because at nighttime your body winds down. When you're tired, you're probably going to fall asleep regardless of whether you have other things to do. So for me, I got up early this morning and I was actually having to wash my hair. I actually dyed my hair. And so, in the process of waiting for all of that to happen, I had to let it sit for like an hour. I actually worked on, I actually worked on, I worked on my sequel course. So let me stop sharing this and then I can, because I don't think I shared my video. I don't think I shared my video here, so let me go back. I'm back. I guess I should share my video or my window actually, because that's the best way. So I did want to share with you guys the website that I'm going to. So here are my it's learn.microsoft.com, and I've actually shared it down at the bottom. So you can see this morning. Actually, remember from my previous video, I did say that I did notice that I actually already had made progress on this. If I were to go back to my, I'm going to open up in a new tab, on my training tab, it shows you that I think it was 2023. Somewhere on here it actually shows me um, how much training or when my training was. They've actually made it different, like they've revamped it because it wasn't kind of in this user-friendly format. Okay, so yeah, so here it is. So past 7 days. I wonder if I can change it so you can see where I'm at now. Da-da-da-da-da. Let's see, trainings. Yeah, you can see actually it was like literally 2 years ago to this day. Like May 31st in 2023. That was my last time in here. So yeah, you see that I completed 3 of those modules, but I'm actually going all the way back over those 3 modules. Even though it already shows that I've completed them, I wanted to refresh my mind. So I actually clicked down all of these. So module 1 actually have a total of 9 units, and it should take you like an hour or so. But I by the time my hair and stuff got situated and everything, I was down to the exercise, which means I have to download this. And I actually did that. And I said, well, you know what? I'm going to pause there because on my goals, I actually, you know, I have some time. So I can say that I actually started today. I'm actually on track with this one because this was one that I haven't started yet. And I projected for myself to start today. So I went ahead and knocked that out in the morning while I was doing my hair, making use of my time. And so hopefully I'll be done with that by Wednesday. I think I'll find some time in the morning time since the morning time seems to work for me. I'll do that after I get done with my gym and before I have to clock in, which actually on Monday and Tuesday, I go into the office. Wednesday, I'm at home. So I should be able to wake up earlier than the time for going to the gym and getting it done. So have to work on my schedule. So I actually made progress with this goal. And that brings me to this sheet that I came up with this sheet This is a Google sheet that I just designed, and it what it does is, I'm zooming in here so you can just see May. So the month of May, I put all my goals towards the top, and I'm just tracking, each day. Did I work on this goal? Yes. Did I work on this goal? Yes. So you can see I've worked on goal 1, 3, and 5 for the past 3 days. Those goals are some goals that I can pretty much say that I'm working on every single day, but I just want to keep track just in case there might be a day that I didn't work on it or do something to make progress on it. So now that I've started the sequel course, I can say for the 4th of May, I could put a check mark there, and at the bottom it's going to do, I might add some more stuff to it, but at the bottom it actually counts how many checks out of how many days and give me like a percentage. Now some of those percentages are not going to be it's not going to relate to like 100% is good and a 0% is bad, because for example this one right here, which actually I'm going to modify this to keep it to where, like, for this goal there's only 4 days that I'm really tracking. I'm tracking the 10th, the 17th, the 24th, and the 31st. And so I could get rid of all these other boxes. So I'll just modify. And then on the 10th, if I get that right, then my percentages will match out. So then same way for my start a sequel or something, I don't know how, I might revamp this. But this is just a start. I just wanted to have something that kind of keeps track daily. What am I working on? What have I not worked on? And so forth. You can see that the two that I'm waiting to work on to show that I worked on is goal 2 and goal 6. So I wanted to share that. And then too, I have all these tabs here because these are references from that particular goal that I need to read up on more. Like, it gives me more links and stuff. And then another thing that I'm doing, which I've shared in my previous videos, that I learned by writing down. I have a whole nother notebook that's really blank right now, because I wanted to spend the time to actually read through the course, and then I'll go back and then I'll make my notes based off of what stood out to me, because sometimes I could get bogged down with trying to take down notes. I want to go ahead and just get through the course, get through the module, and then go back through the module and take down notes. So that's my strategy that I'm using. So I have yet to finish it. So I'm going to go back either later today, tomorrow, until Wednesday, and make notes on module 1. I'm just going to keep this as a handy tool for me to kind of review different things that the course is about. And I'll continue working in this notebook, anything related to SQL or programming. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Let me go back to my goals. So I've actually made progress on goal number 4. Goal number 5, read, study, and meditate on discipline. I shared on my last video. If you haven't watched it, you can go back and watch it. I shared what resonated with me in the book that I'm reading. I'm reading this book as a way of reading, studying, and meditating on discipline. It has some great ideas, some great stories, some great philosophies, some great research included in here. Research that was done to prove the importance of self-discipline in all areas of our life. So for this week, I have to continue reading through this book. I don't think I have to give myself I might go on, since this book is 128 pages, I might divide it out and put some pages, like to say, okay, this week I want to get through pages, da 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 to da 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 this. The more you put, as you can see through the progression of me doing this, I'm putting more time restraints and more details to make sure I'm kind of benchmarking myself to make sure that I have something to make sure that I finish. And right now I'm on page 30. So if I read 30 pages each week, I'll be well done with this book, because it's only 128 pages. So there I am with that goal. So I'm going to continue to progress on this goal this week by continuing to read this book. And then at the end of the week, I will share with you guys what resonated with me the most about what I read in the book for that week. Goal number 6, this is where I'm going to start this week, is this week my whole thing is to focus on how I can implement discipline in the area of my mind. And that's broken out into 3 categories: mental, career, finance. So I got to keep that in my mind. How can I be better about disciplining myself mentally? How can I be better about disciplining myself in my career at work? How can I be better about disciplining myself in finances? I actually have to do and make sure that my choices for this week aligns with discipline in those areas. So I'm going to be focusing on that. I'm actually going to be studying this as well in more detail, probably do a little research online and kind of look up different things in different ways and different ideas. I'm like, oh, okay, I could do that and apply it to my day to day, and then see how that goes. And I'll kind of document it here and share it with you guys. Um, at the end of the week, I'll share it with you guys to kind of give you a recap. And then, even though these are the following weeks, I'll be also doing similar ideas with body, similar idea with heart, and similar idea with soul. So going all the way back to the beginning here, I am wondering, I want to kind of give a shout out too, because I had someone, a lovely person, I think she's called Lovely. Where did I put my phone at? You get rid of stuff and things just go. And I have to hurry up and I have to get off and get ready for. But I noticed that I did have someone comment underneath my post, and so I want to give that person a shout out. And building your custom home is now. I didn't want that to show. I don't know why that came on there. Bear with me, please. I'm gonna turn my volume down. Yeah. So, lovely blessings 79. Thought I turned the volume down, but it's not wanting to listen to me, is it? It's not. My phone isn't. The volume is not turning down. I guess it doesn't want to turn down. But lovely blessings 7940 commented on one of my videos and said that it motivates her, and that let's do this, boss lady. So I am encouraged by your encouragement. I really appreciate you taking the time to even watch my videos, and not only watch my video, but take the time to actually comment underneath it and kind of share that it actually is helping you. Because as I stated in my intro video, it kind of fuels the fire, and we can kind of fuel the fire together. The fire being the motivation that both of us have. They say iron sharpen iron. My candle can light your candle can light my candle, and we can keep on blazing through whatever our journeys are. So I just really appreciate it. And anyone else who watches the video, if it's helping you out in any form, or if anything that you want to share, don't feel afraid to comment and subscribe and like. I generally will read them and do my best to reply to all the replies as I did for her. So thank you so much. I want to give you a shout out for that. And then I also noticed that I have some additional subscribers. I would have to. So I guess one of my latest subscribers, I would have to keep track of this to kind of see. I don't know if it shows me when someone actually subscribed, but I guess the latest, if I sort it by the latest, Merle Labrada, L Della, VW Thomas, LA. Some of those are the most recent ones. It doesn't tell me when you guys subscribe. I don't think so. I don't think it shows me when you guys subscribe. But I do appreciate you guys taking the time to even watch my videos. Not only watch the videos, but like them. Not even like them. If you want to comment below, please do. Well, I have to go ahead and get off because I only have a few moments to get dressed and get ready and out the door so I can make it to church on time this morning. So you guys be blessed, and I will keep you up to date with how I'm progressing on these goals for tomorrow. So see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching my video. Have a nice day.